Let me just take a quick look and see who's here. Brad, I'm sorry I cut you off at the end. I just really had to get over here. Okay, we have more people joining, but got a lot of information to cover. Now, on Monday, a major network marketing eruption took place. And it involved well-recognized leaders from 5 established network marketing companies, including Baseo, Jeunesse, Isogenics, MonaVie, and ACN, announced on Monday the launch of a new company. The name of the company is called 3. The names of more leaders from other companies will be forthcoming. There seems to be something magical, something irresistible about getting in on the ground floor of a startup company. People that get in at the beginning make the most money. So the name of the company is called 3. That's where you can go to get to your website. Now, at the same time that this eruption is taking place, a disruption is also occurring. Because when leaders leave a company to join another company, they try to bring as many leaders and team members from their old company with them. So for those of you that are in any of the companies that I mentioned, you may be hearing from people in your own company, hey, come on over here, get in on the ground floor. Now, I am totally neutral when it comes to this business. You'll never talk to anybody that's more passionate about it. If I still didn't believe that you all had an amazing opportunity, where else in the world could you start a legitimate business for not a whole lot of money that gives you unlimited opportunities? Build that business as big as you want to build it. More people have become millionaires in network marketing than in any other industry or in any other profession. But there's good and there's bad. So we got this major eruption taking place, and you're all here tonight for the details. And network marketers are in the center of a perpetual storm of opportunity. Now, I didn't learn this until my 3rd year in network marketing, because these are things that nobody talks about. And there's an obvious reason, which will become clear to you in a minute. You see, every month, 200 companies close, fail to launch, merge with other companies, or make unpopular changes that drive their leaders and teams to other companies. And the top earners in your company will never mention this because it puts seeds of doubt in their new recruits. Well, how do I know that this company isn't going to be one of those companies that fail, that crash? People don't talk about it. Additionally, every month, 300 new companies are launched. And statistically, and these are not made up numbers, these are supplied by the Direct Sales Association, which is the closest thing to the Better Business Bureau for the network marketing industry. Statistically, 93% of these companies will fail within 5 years and drive their leaders and teams to other companies. Well, I talked about this in the last quarter of last year. We talked about a number of companies. One was Jeunesse. We talked about Isogenics. We talked about some other companies that were going through some difficult financial times. Well, in January, Jeunesse was sold to a company called LaCour Enterprises, which buys up network marketing companies. They buy the debt. And when that happens, changes are going to take place. Compensation plans are going to change. So Kim Wei was the top earning network marketer with Jeunesse, and last October, she quit and joined forces with other successful leaders from the company with the goal of creating a new company. So on Monday, they announced something is coming. We're opening up in 14 countries simultaneously. Now, new companies can't open up in these countries. There is a process that they have to go through. So simultaneously, they're opening up in 14 countries, 14 markets. And when you understand what I'm going to be sharing with you, you'll understand how they are able to do this. So Kim, and she's got a number of YouTube videos. She's a phenomenal marketer. They've got great information, sizzle information to get you all excited about something new that's starting. And I pulled this off the small print, shows the power of our new pay plan. This is not the final pay plan. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I am not looking to minimize the potential for this company. Not at all. Because the leaders that are involved have the ability, have the networks to drive thousands and thousands of people on their recommendation alone to join this company. Many people, many leaders will join the company. They'll just take a position in the company. They won't do anything until they see how things evolve. Now, Dallin Larson got to start in network marketing. He was a new skin distributor. And he was hired by USANA as their vice president of marketing. And then he left to start MonaVie with 6 investors and stayed with them until 2014. MonaVie in 2010 borrowed $182 million. So they're carrying a note. And in 2014, they had to bring in other investors. Dallin literally reduced his control, reduced his role, kind of stepped back from the whole thing. And in 2015, the note was purchased by Jeunesse, and the companies merged. So just like my friends in Zija, in 2017, Zija acquired Sango, they acquired Kivana, and they acquired Emzagol, 3 companies in 2017. And then in 2020, they were acquired by Isogenics. Most people aren't aware of this kind of activity. All we know is we're buying products from a company. We love the products. So Dallin really took the heat for what happened to MonaVie. MonaVie was a great company and Dallin messed it up because they weren't happy when it was taken over by Jeunesse. Now, I have to tell you on a personal level, I had been working with 10 of the leaders in Jeunesse for years. They loved my training and they loved the fact that Jeunesse had announced, they didn't tell them what was going to happen, but they announced, we are expanding to Europe. We're expanding to South America. And my students and leaders, they were excited, man, because we can take Max's material, Max's strategies, and we can start prospecting in those countries. And I had a phenomenal strategy. A number of my students became $1 million earners in companies that were expanding to new countries. You go into those countries, you reach out to people that clearly would be interested, that have large circles of influence. You could be talking to pastors and ministers, people that sell insurance, people that sell real estate. More important than that, you could be reaching out to network marketers in those countries. And the basic strategy is, hey, I'm working with a company that's 9 years old. We are now expanding to your country, and we're looking for ambitious people to help us launch. It's a phenomenally effective strategy. The fly in the ointment was that MonaVie was already in those countries. So when they took over MonaVie, or they merged, there were already people in those countries that had been pitching MonaVie. Now, in 2017, Dallin started Viseo. So there are people that love Dallin, and there are people that, like it or not, blame Dallin for what happened to MonaVie, and they don't like him so much. So in 2017, he started Viseo. Can I see? So Pat, you're going to be able to relate to this, okay? I'm talking to Pat Anderson, who was one of the top leaders in Zija, and now she's one of the top leaders in Isogenics. So he starts Viseo in 2017. They've been in business now for 3 years. On Monday, he shuts down Viseo, and he transfers its operational facilities to the new company, 3. Now, the people that are in Viseo are going to fall into 2 groups. The leaders in Viseo have 2 choices. They can get excited about the opportunity. Now, they're using the Viseo facilities. All of the employees that were working for Viseo are now working for 3. All of the agreements and the licenses that Viseo had with all those countries are obviously being transferred. That's the only way they could claim that we're starting out immediately in these 14 countries. And there are going to be some people that are upset. It's up to the leadership to sell to the Viseo leaders and the Viseo distributors that this is a good thing. Now, why did he do it? Well, the company had been in business for 6 years, and the first 3 years, they experienced terrific growth. They were bringing over leaders. Leaders were bringing over their teams. And then last year, their growth started to slow down. They're not getting the internal, organic, massive duplication that network marketers want that really drive a company. Solution, Dallin steps back. He's out of the picture. And now we got a company called 3. George Ruiz has been a dear friend and a leader and $1 million earner in 4 companies. I met George in, I think, 2012 at an Isogenics event in San Diego, big Isogenics event. I met him for the first time and found out that he'd been following me since the AOL days. One of his ISA millionaires was somebody that he met, recruited into his Isogenics business. Actually, no, I think it was probably an earlier company, probably his USANA business. So George gets into his first business was Vaxa. And George is a likable guy. He everybody that meets him loves him. He's got a great story. When he was a waiter in a restaurant and he had to sell, I think he sold his microwave, he sold a couple of things so that he could afford to buy into Vaxa. He didn't have enough money, so he borrowed the money from his boss, the guy that owned the restaurant, and sold him a position in the company. 2 years, Vaxa goes out of business. So he jumps over to USANA. And he's with USANA for 8 years. He had $1 million status at the end of his first year. He understood how to build the business, and he had a pool of people from Vaxa that he could bring in to, as well as applying the strategies that he learned from me in the AOL days, because it hasn't changed. 27 years, it works for everybody in every company, only now you have more people to reach out and talk to, you have better tools. So he's in USANA for 8 years, and a number of the leaders left USANA and went to Isogenics. Jimmy Smith, who's one of the all-time biggest earners in Isogenics, who, by the way, is still in Isogenics. After, I think it was something like 30 tries, convinced George to come over to Isogenics. George loves people. He supports people. You couldn't ask for a more devoted upline. He was with Isogenics for 13 years. And then he left. So why does a seasoned, experienced network marketer that's passionate about their company, why do they leave? There's always a reason. And George had a valid reason. George didn't want to leave. Didn't want to leave. When he started the Isogenics business, he put his business in his wife's name, his first wife. And then he got a divorce. And the deal was his first wife, who's getting all the money, is supposed to divide it up. Third for him, third for her, third for the IRS. Then he married Adrian, who's a phenomenal girl. beautiful lady, marries Adrian, who also happened to be an Isogenics distributor. And that created all kinds of acrimony with his wife. His income started to drop. She didn't pay. She kept money, gave money to George, didn't pay the taxes. So the government came in, froze his account. There was nothing he could do. He couldn't get Isogenics he did the work. It was his organization. Isogenics, their hands were tied. Nothing they could do. So he had to leave Isogenics. So he's shopping around for another company. Everybody in Isogenics loved him until he left. Okay. Now, he knew Dallin Larson for years. In fact, Dallin Larson was an Isogenics customer of George's. So he joins the sale. And he looked at other deals. He looked at other companies. Pat, we can laugh about it now because he looked at Zija. And we laugh about it because if he had jumped into Zija, he would have been back in Isogenics again, when Isogenics took over Zija. But no, he's in Viseo, building an organization. Again, everybody loves him. They would follow him anywhere. And now he joined 3 because he didn't have any option. He didn't have any choice. Everybody's excited about what's coming. Everybody is excited about the potential. You have all these top earners that are flocking to join 3. And there's going to be a lot of excitement. There's going to be a lot of hype. And a lot of people are going to take positions in this company to see. Because companies historically engage in what we call futuring. We're buying into what the company is doing now, and we're buying into what the company promises to do. And I'm sorry, but stay away from futuring. You have to deal with what is in front of you. You have to deal with what is working now. I can tell you stories about companies that promised their distributors they were going to do this, they were going to do that, never delivered on it, and it literally put the companies out of business. Now, I'm currently working with many of the leaders and top earners in their teams in over 100 companies. Many of my students started where you are today and became the top earners and leaders in their companies thanks to social networks like Facebook and LinkedIn. LinkedIn has recently made some changes that are going to make building your business, whatever it is, easier and faster. I've never seen students get the kind of results that they're getting off of LinkedIn. So let me say here, if you're not building your business on LinkedIn, man, you better get over there, create a profile, jump into one of my boot camps. We'll show you how to set it up. But LinkedIn is the place that is attracting 10 million professionals every month. By Labor Day, they're going to have 1 billion members. And they're having to change everything to take into account the bad actions of network marketers who are just jumping over there and blasting people with what you'd have to call spam. Now, many of my students did it faster, went to the top of their company by bringing top earners and their teams from other companies into their company. When I was in network marketing, I didn't learn about this until my 3rd year because nobody talked about it. Nobody would, in fact, I remember one time I asked my upline, I says, what do you think about me going after network marketers and other companies? And he poo-pooed it. He said, no. He says, these people have bought into their deal. Focus on the people you know. Well, 3 years later, I learned that there are unhappy network marketers in other companies. And in 18 months, I went from 350 people to 7,000. I became the fastest growing distributor in the company. And then our company went through a transition and was acquired or merged by Prepaid Legal, which was a totally different business. I would say 80% of the leaders in the company went to other companies. And everybody was so enamored with what I was teaching that they all wanted me to follow them into those companies, but they all wanted me to train their people. And that's what launched my career in 1998 is when it happened. So over the last 27 years, I've worked with the leaders and top earners in over 700 companies that closed. For 7 years, I was a supplier member for the Direct Sales Association. My training material was literally in the starter kits of hundreds of companies because the owners of the companies, the master distributors in the companies wanted their people to have this material. But even with my material, management is management. Market share is, market factors are market factors. 700 companies closed, failed to start, terminated agreements with their distributors, changed the compensation plan or made other unpopular changes that forced their leaders to leave and find other companies to promote. It's a part of the business. And that's why there's a movement out there that's very popular with affiliate marketers that you have to have your fingers in a number of pies. You don't want to put all your effort into one business because if the business craps out, you've lost everything. So if you have your fingers in multiple businesses, if one goes, well, so you still got 2 or 3 others. And that is bad advice. Bad advice. Focus on, if you're involved in a number of deals, pick one. Focus on the one that, first of all, you got to be passionate about the product, passionate to the point where you tell people about it, even if you weren't getting paid. You have to be working with leaders in the company that can support your team growth. You got to have good online tools. Focus on that one. You take a magnifying glass and you focus the rays of the sun with a magnifying glass, you can start a fire. You can't start 3 fires in different places. It's one fire. God forbid something happens with that company, then you go to another company. But you never go by yourself. You bring people with you from the company that crashed and burned. And there are going to be other leaders out there that will follow you. So some people started their own companies, some went to other companies or left the industry altogether. Many turned to creating their own products and became coaches, and many became affiliate marketers. Now, as companies close or make decisions that are not appreciated by their leaders and distributors, the result is the migration of people out of the company and into something else. In this large group of dissatisfied, frustrated, and unhappy people are leaders with teams that will follow them to another opportunity, and they're called whales. And when you bring a whale into your business grows faster. So here are important factors to remember. Everybody gets into network marketing. The big thing is residual income. Make the sale one time. and continually get paid for your efforts. John Paul Getty said it. I'd rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 men than 100% of my own effort. But you only get as paid for as long as the company remains in business. Residual income gone when the company shuts down. So you always have to remember, you're betting on the company owners, you're betting on the company management, you're betting on the company's leadership, you're betting on market trends that companies have no control over. So if the company closes, you lose your residual income. That doesn't end your network marketing career. You find another company. If the company merges with another company, the compensation plan always changes. And most of the time, it's not for the better. If the compensation plan changes, your residual income can shrink or it can stop altogether. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm the most passionate person about network marketing you'll ever meet. But if you're going to be successful in this business and you want to become a top earner, you have to know the rules. You have to know the game. Because when you know the rules and you know the game, and you know what the top earners in your business know, but they never talk about, and when you become a top earner in your business, you're not going to talk about it either. If leaders are unhappy, they'll find another company and they'll take lots of people with them. Now, when I say of the leader, you're not going to talk about this. You're not going to talk about this to your new recruits, but your leaders, your inner circle people, you want to clue them in to the fact that everybody's business will grow faster if you bring in seasoned network marketers from other companies. So when you know the 10 top earner network marketing secrets that propel the top earners in your business to their level of success and apply them to your daily activity on LinkedIn and Facebook, you can become one too. But again, top earners never talk about it. Secret number one, every month, over 200 companies close, merge with other companies, fail to launch, or make unpopular changes that create a large pool of people that are earnestly looking to find and join another company. Top earners and leaders found in this group are routinely called whales. So why would a company close? They're closed by the owners without notice. Maybe they run out of money or they run out of enthusiasm. They're closed by the company with a bankruptcy. They're closed by the company by being acquired by another company. They stop production of their products. They pull out of a country by the Federal Trade Commission because their distributors are making income claims or product result claims. They're closed by the FDA for the ingredients that are in products. They're closed by the SEC, again, because of marketing tactics. They're closed by a government agency with a cease and desist order. When a company gets enough complaints, government agencies love to act. Years ago, there was a travel company called YTB Travel, Your Travel Business. And they came to the attention of the Attorney General, California, his name was Jerry Brown, who happened to be running for governor. So he went after YTB Travel. The publicity killed recruiting. Subsequently, they went out of business. Or by a state attorney general with a restraining order. Bad publicity today makes the internet. And then, of course, we got companies are acquired by other companies. So Zija in 2017 acquired Zango, Kivana, and Emza Gold. Now, for years, I've been working with the Zango people and the Kivana people. And one day they wake up, they got an email, hey, we're now part of Zija. And then in 2018, I think it was 2020, I'm doing a training, and one of the people that had been in Zango and was now in Zija sent me a message, Max, Zija has now become a part of Isagenix. I said, you're crazy. No way that's going to happen. Because there was no clue that there was any problems with Zija. In fact, as soon as I got off the phone or off the webinar, I called Pat. She answered the telephone. Not with, hi, Max, how you doing? It was, yes, it's true. We're now part of Isagenix. But in this particular instance, they were thrilled because as leaders, they were frustrated by the upper management, and they were thrilled. Isagenix had phenomenal management, great marketing systems. It was a step up for the people in Isagenix. And the people in Zija that are building Isagenix businesses now, today, are thrilled. They're happy. And they are not candidates to be approached and recruited because some Isagenix people went over to another company. People go over to companies, they change for reasons, especially if they're with a company that's really doing great. Longevity went through the same thing. They absorbed Bella Vita, Servana, Rico Life, Free Life. Ray Fultinsky founded Free Life. And MonaVie was acquired by Jeunesse. And now Jeunesse has been acquired. New Ways just made a name change, Modere. Now they're a social media company. I was working with a company called the People's Network, which was literally taken over by Prepaid Legal. Prepaid Legal is now called Legal Shield. Secret number 2. Every month, over 300 network marketing companies are launched. 93% of them are going to fail within 5 years. So there's a lot to be said for getting into a company. Number one, you got to be passionate about the product. How can you be passionate about a product for a company that's just launching? Nobody's, you got to try the product. But people are going to do that because it's the opportunity. You have to understand. And I am sympathetic and supportive of all the leaders that I work with in Paseo that are now going over to this new company. What else are you going to do? You've built an organization, you've built a team. You're all enthusiastically working together, promoting a company, promoting products. And now, through no fault of your own, the deal's changed. And I'm telling you that a lot of people are going to go, they're going to follow their leaders, and a lot of people are not going to go. So one of the strategies that we're going to be talking about this weekend in the retreat, and if you haven't registered for our Top Earner retreat, I mean, the timing for this is amazing. But there are going to be MonaVie people. There are going to be Jeunesse people. They're going to be Paseo people that are looking for another deal because they're not thrilled about this change. 5 years, they break up. Now, there's a big amount of publicity out there about getting in on the ground floor, being that the people that get in first make the most money, and that's flat out not true. It's not true. So they try it, you're in it, And then when the company goes south, hey, whoops, we're sorry. It was a great idea, but we tried. Who knew? And now they're running out looking for the next opportunity. So, in summary, 10 secrets that top earners know, but never talk about. One, obviously, is that every month companies close. Every month, 300 companies launch. Secret number 3 is that network marketing companies actively recruit top earners, actively recruit whales from other companies. They're launching a business. They want fast growth. So they'll approach someone that's charismatic, someone that is loved, somebody that is open to changing. One of my favorite students, Francisco Rodriguez, has literally honed the skill of talking to top earners in other companies, something that if you're a coaching student, we're going to teach all of you how to do when you're ready. We're going to be introducing the process during our top earner retreat this weekend, talking to a very successful network marketer in a company, has no clue how to build a business on social media. They built their business the hard way. He recruited one distributor that had a base of 600,000 people in a company. The master distributor and the owner of the company wanted to change the game plan, which would literally take away a lion's share of this guy's income. So he left. One of his distributors was connected to Francisco. He told Francisco what was going on. Francisco talked to the guy. They went through a process. Over last summer, the guy joins his business. In 90 days, he brought 200,000 people into Francisco's company. 3, successful networks will leave a good company and move to another for all kinds of different reasons. All kinds of different reasons. Companies will swear up and down, we don't recruit, we don't pay, we don't buy distributors, we don't buy leaders. And it's not exactly true. Okay? There are all kinds of ways to structure deals. You're a top earner, you come into the company, they don't treat you like a everyday distributor. You're compensated differently. In some cases, you're compensated very, very well under certain conditions. You know, we'll give you this if you do that. They'll even advance in money on a contingency basis that you have to perform. Now, I'm not, and there's nothing wrong with it as far as I'm concerned. In fact, for those of you that are in the retreat, we have a training that really goes into that, where John Fogg, who published Upline Magazine, talks about it. When you're good, and I mean really good, you know, if you're a great athlete, great athletes are compensated. Successful networkers will leave a failing company and move to another one with their team. Well, that's obvious. You're not paying your people, you're breaking deals, you're breaking promises. The only leverage you have in this business, and this is one of the things that I really want to impress upon all of you. See, the average person gets into network marketing initially because someone introduces them to a product, they love the product. And then, oh, by the way, the more people you tell about it, you can get your products for free. You want to make some extra income? Tell more people. You want to turn this into a career? Tell more people. People will join network marketing because of the products, but then you've got a percentage of the people that are looking for an income opportunity We know the network business model works. So we'll join a company based on the endorsements of the products. We'll start recommending them before we even get results of the products based on the success stories that we hear. And as we take the products and we start to experience the results of the products, we can get more enthusiastic about it. You become products of the product. But then if something happens, you're building a team, you're building a business, you will not be the same person in this business when you first got in. For many of you that just finished up my February boot camp, you're not going to be the same person when you're making $5,000 a week or $10,000 a week, or you have 1,000 people on your team. You're not going to be the same person. There are things that you have to learn about this business. You have to learn to be a leader. You know, personal development is the biggest part of network marketing. You don't realize it when you first get in it. But my God, there has never been, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be teaching this. I wouldn't be in this business. I'm 76 years old. I've made all the money that I ever need to make. I don't do this because I want the money. I do this because I want the light bulbs to turn on. I am passionate about helping people, and it drives me crazy when I talk to people that bought into deals, bought into trainings that are such, wow, I almost said bullshit. Crap. They don't work. We had a woman in the boot camp last month that borrowed money against her house to support a marketing campaign. And after the second session of boot camp, she calls me up. She says, Max, I wish I knew about you 5 years earlier. Well, so do I. 85% of the top earners in a company have been in more than one company during their career. Just ask your upline. Check the statistics of other people in your company, the leaders. Find out where they came from. People usually make more money in their second or third company than they did in their first. I was in a relationship when I first got into network marketing with a woman who had made millions in network marketing in a company called the Cambridge Diet. And she told me, she said, Max, people don't make the big money in their first company. They make it in their second or third. I was bound into, oh, no, I'm going to do it in the first. I was on my way to doing it, but something happened that was totally out of my control. Owners of the company sold it to another company. These are the two big points I really need to drive home. When you bring a top earner into your business grows faster. And the two big points I want to make, number one, help is available to you to recruit a top earner or a whale. I've been conducting a survey the last 6 months. I've talked to company owners, master distributors, and the general consensus is that 70% of the people in every network marketing company are orphans. Person that brought you into the business is no longer in the business. You're not part of a team. So you are, but you want to build the business. You see other people making money, so you will invest thousands of dollars in training to learn how to do it. And there are people out there that are teaching such BS, things that aren't necessary to be successful in network marketing. You want to be successful in network marketing, you have to talk to people, period. You don't need capture pages. You don't need websites. You don't need funnels. You don't need massive email campaigns. You don't need to advertise. You don't need search engine optimization. All you need is a profile. And then you have free, easy access to everybody else on the social network. And 10, Anyone at any level of experience in network marketing can recruit a top earner. It's all about relationships. One of my students in Amsterdam recruited someone in, he was so, I can't remember the name. He was in the Caribbean, in Cyprus. He brought 50,000 people into her business. She took off for 6 months. Another one of my students, when she was 25 years old, added 5,000 people to her business. I didn't find out about it 2 years later. She's made millions in network marketing, learning or applying what I'm here to teach you. 85% of top earners in any network marketing company have been in more than one company during their career. When a top earner leaves, goes to another company, they bring people with them. So winning, what I like to call the network marketing game, is like playing musical chairs. So why does a network marketing leader leave a company to join another company? Why does somebody go from being a happy network marketer to an unhappy network marketer that's shopping around looking for another company? Well, something has changed in the company. It's changed the opportunity. Things that happen outside of their control. Maybe it's a change in the comp plan. Company goes out of business. Company leaves the market. Company changes the product. Company merges with another company. Any of these things. Company can change upper leadership. Company can terminate a leader. So, at the beginning of January, Ray Fultinsky, who founded Free Life, launched a new company called Beyond Slim. Network marketing leaders launched a new company called Yanoli. Isogenics, at the beginning of January, secured a financial partner to stabilize its operation and future growth. I think it was the first week in January. The Body Shop announced in December that it's no longer paying commissions to their distributors in the United States. And I just heard yesterday that Visalis, and I'm saying this, you know, I always like to verify things, but the person that told me is somebody that I trust. I haven't verified it. Told me that I'm sorry, it wasn't Visalis, it was Valentis. Just changed ownership. Well, just sold by its owner. And when this happens, there are going to be changes. Now, let me NECAM in 2015 shut down, pulled out of 14 markets. Reed Nelson was $1 million earner. They lost hundreds of thousands of people. Same thing with Greg Rooney. Pat, who's a great friend, when we met, she was building a Zija business. Now she's building an Isogenics business. She recruited Reed and Yvonne into Zija. Experienced explosive growth. And then it was 2020, Zija merged with Isogenics. Now they're building an Isogenics business. This is the nature of the business. This is the nature of the beast. It's nothing to be I was going to say concerned about, because no, you need to be concerned. You just need to know what's going on. You need to pay attention to what's going on in your company. That's all. That's all. And when you know what's going on, which is the reason why over the years, my students keep coming back. Okay. They keep coming back. Greg Rooney is now building a Maluga business. Again, having the time of his life. And again, people do things for a reason. Ken Brailsford, who started, I think it was 2 other network marketing companies, Nature's Sunshine is still around. As the owner of a company, he had a problem with upper management. They could never get it right. They could never get it right. Drove people. He got tired of putting money in it. I understand that. So, David Moses, Pat Anderson, Brad Holmes, they're building an isogenics business. They are tearing it up. Their leaders, their people are excited. They're not going anywhere. Find a company that you're passionate about, passionate to the point that you'd recommend the products to people even if you weren't getting paid. Pour your energy into one company. Build a team. Learn what's going on. Yeah. Okay, so let me. So Lynn writes, I asked the same question about another network marketing in other companies, and it was poo-pooed. I backed off, but felt it was the wrong decision. Yeah, I'm the same way. Matt, let's look at tomorrow. Let's look at how everything's working out. Okay, now, let me flip over here. Let me switch screens. Let me go over here to LinkedIn. So, Mike, do you see yourself on LinkedIn? You see yourself there? And let me unmute Lynn.
Hi there.
Is that Lynn or Mike?
This is Lynn.
Oh, hi. Okay. Lynn, I wasn't able to call you back.
No worries.
Things got a little crazy. So
Yeah.
what did you mean in that comment?
Well, I had inquired. I said, like, what a great opportunity, this vast amount of network marketers that are out there. And I said, what about tapping into that market of individuals? And it's not that they may not be so unhappy with their product. They might are looking for another income stream. And it was really frowned upon. And I backed off only because I was really new to the whole network marketing industry, but I have always regretted not doing that because I know many that have fallen by the wayside, just not happy with their commission base. So it's still it's still something that I would like to learn how to address.
Well, this network marketing, it's a relationship business.
Yes.
Okay. And when people are in a network marketing company, there are going to be a lot of network marketers that you could meet. And initially, they're looking to recruit you into their business, approaching leaders in companies. They're easy to do. Easy to approach a network marketing leader. And what's fascinating is you can find leaders in network marketing companies that when you look at their profiles on LinkedIn, or for that matter, even their profiles on Facebook, it's obvious. The profiles are incomplete. There's no activity.
Right. Yeah.
Because they built their business the old way. And that's what they want to teach their people to do. So connecting with a seasoned network marketer. And one of the strategies, I'm not going to get into details because it's what we're going to be covering in the retreat, but you can leverage your knowledge, even if it's limited knowledge. You know things that these people don't know. So sharing information, helping them out, ingratiates them to you. They look at you from a totally different light. And that's what Francisco was able to do. And this is a listening business more than it is a talking business. So if somebody is unhappy, you talk to other network marketers like insurance agents, talk to insurance agents in other companies. You're professionals in the same industry. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
So you got war stories. You're competing with each other. But there's grounds, common grounds. There are industry issues. There are things that go on in society that are indisputable. They affect your business. Learning from your competition, how they're handling it, is helpful. Sharing experience. Granted, they're competitors. You're all out there looking to sign up the same people, but in many cases, it's not the case. They've got their niche, you've got your niche. So it doesn't hurt to communicate. It doesn't hurt.
There's some network marketers that I know because I've bought products from them, and they are on a quota that they have to get per month. And if they're 5 points from under their quota, they don't get paid. It drops and they have to start over again. So after hearing that, and especially with our compensation program, which is top of the line, I couldn't help but share it with them.
Well, before I address that, let me address, I couldn't get Mike to speak, but Mike sent over, it says, a man with one watch always knows the time. And that's true. But by the same token, Mike, if you have a broken watch, the time is still right twice a day. Okay. So there's a lot to be said, for different things. If you look hard enough, you can tear apart any compensation plan. You can find something. One compensation plan is better than another. Some companies have what I like to call an Achilles heel. For example, I'll use Amway. Amway, their compensation plan is a breakaway program. The company that I was in was a breakaway. I had no idea what breakaway meant. Oh, so at some point in time, 8 levels down, somebody's going to break away. So what does that mean? Jim McCune was a school principal. He jumped into Amway. He was an emerald. He was on his way to becoming a diamond. He had 3 diamonds under him. And what happened? One of his diamonds broke away. Okay? They broke away. He lost a diamond. He says, whoa, I didn't understand. So he quit Amway, joins another company that didn't have a breakaway plan. And what happened? He used what he learned about his Amway experience. I think he's got 4 Amway diamonds in his new organization. It's all about the way you talk to people. Yeah, Carla, there are pluses and minuses in every company. You really want to break it apart. When George jumped into Valentis, he was absolutely convinced that they had the best compensation plan going. And here he is today, one of the top earners in the business, and now he's starting over, but he's not starting over because he's got a team of people that are going to go with him. And so I have opened up registration for my March boot camp. And for those of you that are brand new, when you register for the March boot camp, you're going to have access to the recorded sessions of the February boot camp, so you can get started right away. For those of you that have aspirations, now this is what we cover in boot camp, is how to become a leader, how to recruit, create your page, how to connect with people, how to communicate with them, how to close them. Today is a holiday. Today is National Margarita Day. Okay, it's a holiday. And that's one of the popular strategies that we're teaching that generate immediate results. Now we go over here to March. There are more than 30 unofficial holidays in March. Where is it? The 23rd is National Puppy Day. St. Patrick's Day, that's an official holiday. But on the 3rd is, it's World Wildlife Day. Where is National Waffle Day? Okay, it's in here someplace. For some reason, I'm not able to locate. Oh, here on the 6th is National Oreo Day. Who makes up these crazy holidays? But the bottom line is, this is another example of strategies that you can use to start conversations with people. And that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's all about your ability to jump on LinkedIn, to jump on Facebook and start conversations. So in boot camp, we're going to teach you the basics.
Yeah.
Okay. How to create a page, how to connect with people, how to communicate with them, how to close them, how to build a business. Thanks, Dan. Waffle Day is on the 25th. I don't know why. Let's see. Yeah, International Waffle Day. Now, just to show you how in tune Facebook and LinkedIn have become with these unofficial holidays. Okay. If I go over here to LinkedIn, Kurt, I'll text it to you. You'll have it in the morning. Now, come over here to the gifts. Who knew? So the strategy is you send this out a week early. I just want all my friends to know that on Saturday, it's National Waffle Day, in case you're looking for an excuse to break your diet. Okay. So we add a little twist of humor to it, but ideally we want communication. We want, see, posting something, it's not as effective. People like it. People share it. But if people just see it and they don't respond, it doesn't do you any good. So yeah, add a question. What do you like on your waffles? And people that appreciate it are going to come back. Now notice on LinkedIn, these gifts are powered by Tenor. You go over to Facebook. So I see, Mike, you're sending me a friend request. I'll pop over here and connect it. So we come over here on Facebook. And if I want National Waffle Day. Now, they used to be supplied by Tenor. It looks like they're getting them from someplace else. But the reason that these social networks make this available is because it's popular and they want to give you all things to do. They want to keep you on Facebook. They want to keep you on LinkedIn. If there's an action, if there's an activity, that you want to spend some time with, they want to make sure you do it on Facebook. They want to make sure you do it on LinkedIn. So let me put in the chat window some links. Now, for those of you that want to jump into the March boot camp,
Oh,
I'm going to put the link in the chat. Go to maxsteingart.com/bootcamp. Use the promo code Big Deal. It'll drop the price to $98, and for all intents and purposes, you're getting 2 boot camps because you can jump right in to the February boot camp that just finished. Now, for those of you that are looking, that really want to take a big bite out of your education, you can go to maxsteingart.com/retreat combo. And what that's going to get you is it's going to get you a seat in boot camp, and it's going to get you in the winter retreat. It's also going to get you our 90-day game plan. Now, it'll put you in the March boot camp, but everybody in the March boot camp gets access to the February boot camp, and you get the 90-day game plan. So we do a retreat every quarter. And in the retreat, you're going to get our ebook, How You Catch Whales, People with Large Circles of Influence. You're also going to get our 90-day game plan. And more important than that, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the retreat starts at 10 o'clock each morning. We're going to teach you, I'm going to share my story, how I went from 350 people to 7,000 in 18 months. And we're going to spend an hour breaking apart those 10 big secrets. I'm going to share with you how you connect with whales, and then how people make money online, 4 different ways, and how you can bring those other people into your business. Saturday is the big day. Saturday, we're going to devote almost 2 hours helping you develop a $1 million mindset and understanding how you go about creating the habits to become very successful in network marketing. Then we're going to share the secrets to closing more sales in less time. We're going to give you texting tactics that produce immediate results. And then we're going to spend a session going through the first 2 steps of the 90-day game plan, followed by the second 2 steps. And in the 90-day game plan, this is a full-blown course. Everything that you need to do to bring people into your business. You take 90 days, you divide it up into 3 30-day increments. Four steps: preparation, pre-launch, launch, and event. Now, I created this actually The initial one we did was with George Ruiz, because Isogenics didn't have a 90-day game plan that incorporated the social networks. Then we went on to expand it, and every year we update it with the latest elements. How you catch whales, step-by-step directions. There are 3 types of whales. The outsider whale, who has no experience with network marketing. The insider whale. We're going to show you how to find them, how to engage them in conversations, how to find them in the corporate world. How to pull them out of organizations. How to identify the whale. How to connect with them. It's all there. We'll give you a partial list of network marketing companies that have closed. So the retreat starts on Friday. And I got to tell you, every retreat is different. If you've been in previous ones, this one, especially with what's going on right now, for a lot of you is going to be a game changer. Let me look at so Al, is that you? Sometimes I freak people out when they get on these things. Oh my God, he's calling on me. Let's take a look. Well, I got no way of telling if this is Al. Let me look and see if there's anybody else here. Let's look at Ed. Ed, do you see yourself?
Yes, that's me.
Which one is you?
Top.
Okay. So let's see. Okay, so let me ask you, Ed, before, what else have you done besides being an appraiser?
Well, I have dabbled in the network marketing businesses, but haven't been that very successful at it.
Okay, but putting network marketing aside from being in the real estate appraisal business, what are the other things that you've done?
I've been doing this for 33 years. So pretty much this is what I've been doing, other than I have been like trying to learn the internet over the past like 7 years, just trying to understand it and do more dabbling than focusing.
Gotcha. Let me ask you a question. Were you ever in the military?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I'm going to send you a connection request here. Basically, you create your profile to be attractive to the people that you want to connect with. Let me look up here. If I remember this guy, yeah. Okay. Jennifer, it's nice to see you. I'm just looking for folks that are new. Now, I heard that there's a big snowstorm. Let me unmute Jeff. There's a big snowstorm heading up in your direction, which gives you that's basically a whole new strategy.
Hey there, Max.
Yeah, hey Jeff. I think you were just in our last boot camp, but you've let me look. I love it when old students keep coming back. Okay, so you're in the retreat.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the things I love about these boot camps and these retreats is it gives me an opportunity to meet the people that buy my digital courses. I think last year we sold I don't have the number, well over 200,000 endless free leads digital courses, but I don't get to interact or meet the people until they come into a boot camp or until they participate in a retreat. So what what network marketing business are you working with now?
I've been part of Primerica for quite some time, but I'm also a consumer of Isogenics for several years.
Huh?
And with Primerica, my leadership is not very interactive. And with Isogenics, they've gone to other ventures.
So you're not working with a leader in Isogenics anymore? Your leaders have left?
Right.
Okay.
I guess I do have some upline that's probably a couple levels above me. And so I just recently became Facebook friends with him, and I really don't know what his strategy is for, creating a business.
What's his name?
Sean Escobar.
Oh, okay. Well, Sean's father, Tony, has been in the business a long time.
Mhm.
And I'm not really sure what strategy, they're using, but what we're going to turn you on to will definitely help you. I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Oh, excellent. Thanks.
And let me just, the number that ends with 5723, is that the best number to reach you?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be calling you from the area code 561 and it ends in 0007. And I'll give you some things that you can do before the retreat.
Okay.
And as for the rest of you, for those, if there's anybody here that's a former coaching student, I've set up a follow-up coaching program. So reach out to me on LinkedIn or just type in the chat window. Whoops. Just type in the chat window coaching and put your phone number in there. And I'll have one of my staff members reach out to you. Otherwise, all of you get some rest, because this is going to be, I have never been more excited about a retreat that I've ever done. Okay, Ed, and what I'll do is I'll keep my eye out for you. Okay. I want all of you to succeed in this business. If you put forth the effort, anybody can be successful in this business. Anybody. And like I said, I love success stories. And we have a couple in the making right now. And you're all different. You're all different. You all have different skills. You all have different markets. But I love success stories. And at the end of the day, let me just end with this. At the end of the day, you put yourself out here as the person that your ideal prospect would want to know. Okay, that's it. So if I came up here and I did a search, and Matthew is one of my coaching students, and he's really becoming one of my favorites. Okay, because now his profile is all about law enforcement. All right, and law enforcement today, okay, law enforcement today has changed. And I think we started working together in February. And it's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about conversation. So he's so eager and so anxious to succeed, and he's got the drive to do it. His profile is a resume for his experience in law enforcement, going all the way back to when he worked with New York Police Department. So there's an element of trust, and there's a camaraderie when he talks to other people in law enforcement. But he also has credibility when he talks to anybody based on what he's done. And so, following the scripts, communicating with people, he was making the connections. He's really doing a great job. But he had an issue. And that issue is he was a little pushy, wasn't exactly sticking to the scripts. Okay. Let me come up here a bit. And it wasn't until his big aha moment was I just put it all together for him. I said, look, you're in law enforcement. If you're going to arrest somebody, you have a script that you have to follow. It's a Miranda one. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you can say may be used against you. You have the right to talk to a lawyer. But if you don't say that to a person that you're about to arrest, well, they're going to throw the guy, they're going to let the guy go. And right after that, he put it all together. Now, we worked on a couple of, and this is what I want you to see. I signed up 5 people in the last 3 days. You stick to the scripts. You focus on the other person. You learn what they need. And if you have what they need, and show them how you have what they need, you'll get this kind of results. I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you. And Matt, we definitely have to talk tomorrow. So I really want to catch up. So until next time, best of luck in building your business, folks. God bless.